Did you know almost 1/3 of married couples admit to fighting about finances once a week? Most couples have different money management styles. Today I'm going to share with you 5 ways to improve your finances as a couple. If you use these tips, you can reduce your money disagreements within your relationship. Welcome back everyone to Financially Fit with Katie. I am Katie MacDonald, certified financial planner and owner of MacDonald Wealth Management. I am dedicated to being your anchor for a financially fit life. Now, please do not forget to subscribe. That way you will be notified when new content has been uploaded. Now, let's jump into today's topic, 5 steps to improve your finances as a couple. After marriage, it doesn't take long to realize that happily ever after only happens in fairy tales. No marriage is perfect, and couples disagree a lot. Although there are endless reasons why people in relationships may argue, one of the most common cases is money. In fact, almost 1/3 of married couples admit to fighting about finances at least once a month. That's not a surprising statistic when you learn that a recent study found almost 3/4 of couples have different money management styles. If your true love is someone with poor money management skills, it can become the source to reoccurring fights and frustrations, but it doesn't have to break the relationship down. You can help your partner become smarter when making decisions about money using these 5 tips. First, find the right time to speak with your partner. Conversations about money can sometimes spiral into arguments. To help minimize this, select a private place to talk about this with your partner in order to avoid distractions and any potential embarrassments. You want to also try to find a time when you're both in good moods and neither have any pressing plans. Next, make it about facts and not feelings. So too often discussions about money, they can turn into a blame game, and then you end up having both people walking away at the end accomplishing little towards it, and it could end up creating more of a problem. So in order to prevent this, you really want to make sure that you have evidence of the choices that your spouse has made. So often I know I'll hear from clients, golf is a very expensive hobby, and so it could be something where you know that your spouse either maybe they bought some new golf equipment, or they're just spending a little bit too much time on the side at the different clubs. So instead of coming straight out with an accusation of asking, did you spend a couple of $100s on a new driver, maybe you wait until you have time when you're sitting to review everything, and you show the credit card bill and you say, did you spend this? And try to come up with, looking at it together to come up with a plan or a solution instead of the blame, because the blame game is not going to help any of the situations. And with that, it leads into the next. You really want to work as a team. So it's important to let your significant other know that while you are already romantic partners, you need to be financial partners too. If you're used to handling the finances alone, you really need to start working together on a budget and paying your monthly bills. You may find it beneficial to arrange a weekly or a monthly financial meeting where you can discuss family spending habits, what are the current debts, and create a plan for the future. Just like with, if you're going to the gym or kids have events and you have things that are scheduled into your calendar, you really want to schedule, call it a money financial date. You can have wine, make it so that it doesn't seem so much pressure, but you really need to set aside time, because especially if one person alone is paying the bills, the other individual has to have an understanding what is really coming in and what's going out. That's the only way you're going to come up with a solution and come up with a budget so that you're able to stay on plan. Next, forget about mistakes and you want to celebrate the little victories. Adopting new money habits, it can be difficult, and you can't expect either individual to be able to make big changes overnight. So even if your significant other isn't completely on board with the new financial plan, you need to accept that they probably occasionally are still going to make purchases that may not fit in line to what you're thinking overall. So whether you do or don't, forget to encourage your spouse by congratulating him or her when they're able to stay on track. And again, based on the prior step, if you are able to schedule these, whether they're weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, financial money meetings together, the easier it's going to become in order for you both to stay on track, because communication is everything, and you have to have those open communications in any type of relationship to get things working. And lastly, if all fails, get professional assistance. Sometimes it's too tricky or emotional for a couple to work through their financial differences on their own. That's when it could be a smart idea to speak with a financial advisor, financial planner. They can provide sound, independent advice about money management without getting emotions involved, and then that way it can really help you to create and solidify your plans moving forward. So in conclusion, use these steps to guide your significant other into a healthier relationship with money and a more satisfying personal relationship with each other. I hope that either one or all of these tips helped you in maybe an area that you're struggling with your partner. Again, these will all make it easier or open those lines of communication, which is just so important, especially when talking about finances. If there's any other questions that you may have, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is listed in the description box, and if you haven't already, check out my Instagram page. Follow us there. We are posting tips a few times a week, and those can really be beneficial as you're working on better financial management within your own lives. Until next time, everyone, stay safe, be well. Bye.